Hello everybody, my name is Nick Starwind and welcome to this quick little video I thought I'd put together to show some appreciation to some of you content creators out there. Especially those in the Thomas community, because a lot of you have been popping up on my radar lately, and of course you've appeared in the past to me as well, you know, being an avid watcher of all different things on YouTube. And these are mostly in relation to the Sodor Island Forum annual narrations I did. The story behind that is I did them last year. Ryan from SiF was looking for some narrators, and I was one of the lucky people, so I was asked to narrate 16 stories for each annual per year when they were coming out. I don't know if they're still coming out anymore. And they were put up on the Sodor Island Forum website. There are links in below. I will obviously link you to them. Here are the list of the ones I narrated. If I named them all, it'd be like reading the dictionary to you. And then some of you lovely people out there actually took my narration, you know, because there was the English narration and there was the American narration. I'm not sure who my counterpart was for each story, but, you know, they're just as good. I've seen some of the different narrations. I think Henry the Green Engine was another one that I did with some of mine. Both equally good. But yeah, so a lot of you people out there, mainly in the trains community, thought, you know, let's adapt some of them. So I wanted to pick the best ones, as well as giving some further shout outs to other people who took my narration and put them together. There's already a playlist on my profile of some. Now, sadly, some have been deleted. Some mainly because channels being removed or music copyright issues or something, because Mainland Studios was one of the first ones who did some of my narrations in Adaptation. That was a word. Adaptation. He adapted my narrations. That's a word. There we go. Great sentencing. But sadly, he's deleted them since. Not sure why, but they were really good. But, you know, let's give some more love to other people. So, out of the 16 I did, only 7 have been adapted so far. I can understand this because not all the annual stories are as interesting as you hope them to be. Especially Thomas and the Tickles, which is my least favourite one because I had to say tickle, tickle, tickle repeatedly, and it makes me feel cringe listening back on it. You'll hear it on the website. But yes, so let's take a gander at some of them in order. So the first one I did was Gale Warning. That's the most that's been adapted. Many people have done different versions of it, but my favourite one was by a guy called TARDIstunnel. Now I'm going to put a clip up here, so let's have a listen and a watch. At the shed, the engines had been teasing James. They were remembering the time he had been spun around and around on a turntable and had to wait for the wind to drop before he could be rescued. "Be careful, James," chuckled Henry. "Mind you don't go on any turntables today." James was indignant. "Careful yourself, Henry. Make sure you don't stick in a tunnel when you need to take shelter." Henry didn't care a bit, and the engines laughed as they went to collect their trains at the station. See, I love the quality on that, especially like the little animations on the eyes and things. He should be really proud of that. So definitely check out his channel and check out that. I'll link all these in the description below, of course. Now, the second one I did was the twins passing problem. The most confusing story, mainly because of the Scottish dialect. Anything with Donald Douglas is my favourite automatically, because you know my favourite character is Douglas. And this one is done by a prolific trains person, which is NWR 1991. And I really like this one. I mean, there's another one that was done using the wooden rail, but he'll come up later. But yeah, the twins, definitely, let's have a listen to that and have a watch of that. Donald reached the loop first, puffed gently to the end and stopped. A few minutes later, Douglas appeared in the distance, coming carefully down the hill. "Oh no," remarked Donald's fireman. "He's got a long train too. What are we going to do now?" The signalman, who was new to the job, stopped Douglas before he reached the loop. Then he, the drivers and firemen, and both engines tried to work out how the trains could pass. See, the amazing thing about that is that, you know, this actually tells us what the hell is happening, because it's so confusing when you read it on paper, when you say it out loud. I mean, it wasn't until this video I was like, oh, so that's what they meant. Yeah, okay, yon, hey. Now, on to another one that has been adapted quite a lot, even before the narrations came out, and that is Old Groaner, which, you know, is about, you know, James's breaks, and it's very Season 2-esque. I don't know who wrote these stories. I know that another Chris Audrey wrote some. I know that some other people who now work on the show wrote some. Names escape me, you'll have to remind me. But this is I mean, there were a lot to choose from this one, but this was the best one in my opinion. This was from, oh my god, Dryaw Airfield Video Productions. Airfield? Don't know why I said it like that. Dryaw Airfield Video Productions. Let's have a watch. The night goods left the big station at midnight. Usually one of the Fat Controller's diesels pulled it, but one was away and the other was being mended. James had to take it instead and grumbled dreadfully about it. All this extra shunting, he snorted indignantly. It's too much for an old engine like me. A few days later, an inspector came to the shed. People who live near the yard are complaining, he said. They said there's a sort of groaning noise that's been keeping them awake at night. I don't remember hearing anything, said James's driver. We were there until midnight. See, it's really hard to choose because they were all good. But, you know, there are plenty more on the profile if they're still there in the playlist. Let's hope they still are. Now, on to one that hasn't really had a lot of attention, but it's got one adaptation, which, you know, you got to give that love to it. And this is what I was talking about, Wooden Rail. This is done by Mr. Bluebell Engine. This is the Harold and the Landslide one. You'd think a lot of people would like this one. But it's a good story. It has a lot of, you know, action, drama, duck, and all that. But this was done. This guy, Mr. Bluebell Engine, has done, you know, he's done Gale Warning, he's done the Twins Passing Problem, he's done a few other ones that other people have narrated. So his Wooden Railway work is very, very good. I would definitely worth checking that out. But let's all watch. One autumn, the rain seemed to go on forever. Day after day it poured. Great pools of water spread over the fields, and all the rivers and streams were full to overflowing. Few passengers ventured out unless they had to, so Duck was surprised one morning when a party of young men, carrying packs on their backs, travelled from Tidmouth to Alsborough. Hikers, explained Duck's driver, probably on holiday, so they don't want to waste their time, even if it's raining. Really good use of the models there. I mean, everybody works so hard to make these. I mean, I don't even know how much effort goes into this because, you know, I make the basic stuff in my view. I consider this very high-tech stuff. That's like, you know, on the level of my old pony videos. They're really hard going. So everybody deserves pats on backs. And you should definitely check this person out. But yes, so on to the next one, which was not really adapted as much despite it being a very good story, which is Points of No Return, which is a story about James wanting his own branch line, and then he gets stuck on one, and then he hates it, and he's like, get me out of the branch lines, let me have the main line again, it's my thing, not yours, stay over there. So very moralatic, if that's even a word. And this one is done by BluebellsAndQueens. Now, I think other people did versions of the US one, so definitely check them out. If you look these names up, especially the ones that I've listed in the ones I've done, you'll definitely, if any new ones come out, you'll see them pop up. Maybe not by me, but maybe by someone else, but it's still worth checking out. So let's have a look at this clip. Soon, James's driver and fireman came for him. James bustled away importantly, and Henry and Gordon exchanged knowing grins. When he passed Edward Station, James told Edward how much he would like a branch line. You can come and help me any time, smiled Edward. With Boko away, I've been worked off my wheels just lately. James sighed as he set off again. The rest of his journey was uneventful. See, I have no idea how to do the eye movements, but the eye movements are just give it that extra bit of old school series style, don't they? So yeah, check out Mr. BluebellsAndQueens, because that's deserving. Now on to the next one. Again, this is from a user I mentioned earlier, which is Toby Saves the Day. And now this one is pretty hard because I don't know the limitations of trains, as in the program. So because this is about an obnoxious bus driver who calls Toby slow and then has to eat his words later when Toby saves the day. He said it. So this one was done by NWR 1991, who did the Twins Passing Bomb, and again, really good detail, really good use of models, using the program to its advantage, and yeah, Have a looky. Later that day, Thomas was out with Annie and Clarabelle on the way back from the junction when he saw the bus again. This time it was sitting by the side of the line, leaning to one side. He soon saw why. One of its wheels had come off. Thomas's driver stopped the train and asked if they could help. "I'm supposed to be taking the children on a school picnic," the bus driver explained. "But we've been stuck here for an hour. They'll be disappointed if we don't get there." So, yeah, definitely check that one out. I mean, he has tons on his channel. I've been watching. I've watched a few. Am I subscribed? I should be subscribed. I don't know. I keep forgetting who I'm subscribed to. It's a weird problem. But, you know, if I haven't, I will in time. Don't you worry, sir. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to me. Yes, do. I don't want to say don't. What am I, insane? And the final one in our list was actually the first one to be adapted. And the first one that I saw of the train stuff and the adaptations of the narrations. And this was done by Skarloey Rheneas. Don't know what happened to the video, but it's disappeared. And this was The Good Old Days. And this is about Duke reminiscing and then Peter Sam having to save the day later to make sure that Duke doesn't let down his passengers. And it's the worst of my voices, because it's like, I say, jolly good. But this is a really good adaptation. Like I said, it was one of the first ones, and it was the first one of mine, that's for sure. So I really appreciate it. It was really, really good to watch. But yes, let's have a little looky, and you have a looky at their profile. But on Sunday afternoon, when Thomas was taking trucks to the works, he was surprised to find Duke in the repair shed looking sad. "It's my old valves, Thomas. They're leaking and steam is escaping." "Don't worry, Duke. The men will mend you, and you'll be as good as new in no time." "But not in time to pull the picnic train tomorrow," Duke said sadly. He didn't want to let the visitors down. "Can't one of the other engines take it for you?" asked Thomas. "I can't just let any engine pull my train, Thomas. The picnic train is special." And that's it. That's pretty much all the people that I can really name, but there are tons more. I mean, I'll put a rolling credit next to me with some of the names so you can check them out, because I really think these people need to get attention. It's a lot of hard work I hear doing this. For me, I just say the words, and then you all do the magic. You're the magic makers in this, and I really appreciate the fact that you do these. Like, you know, I was surprised the first time I saw one of my narrations, and I was like, oh my god, I'm good at something. And I wanted to share the love. Because that is what you do. You share the love, you make sure people know that you appreciate the work. I also appreciate the people who view my videos and, you know, subscribe and comment, and you're all lovely. But yes, check out these lovely people as well. They are equally as lovely because they put my name on something. Not because of that reason alone, but because of the main reason. I'm saying that right now. So, yes, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching this quick video. Remember to, you know the words, like, share, subscribe, stick it on a badger, attach it to a brick, mail it to a bomb, and give it to somebody so they get a surprise, because bombs like to go off and surprise. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. You'll make up your own time. There'll be a t-shirt. There won't be a t-shirt, but there might be a t-shirt. You could ask for a t-shirt, but there won't be a t-shirt, so we'll have to see about t-shirts. T-shirts? I don't know t-shirts. Let's have a look at that. And bye.